is 855-282-8255. We are also live on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Jump in on the chat. All things St. Louis all the time, plus other stories that may get you talking. The water cooler talk, news, headlines, sports, entertainment, anything and everything that's happening throughout the St. Louis area. We're glad you're with us. If you have ideas for stories, let us know. If you want to call and talk about some of the stories that are going on, we will do that with you as well. As always, we are your Lou Information Station, and we're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Had a lot of people, I say a lot, comparatively speaking to previous days, really love the fact that we brought in the director of the esports program from Maryville yesterday, Daniel Clerk, and one of their players who's going to be graduating soon, who teaches their academy. One person said they could not believe that they had an academy that they're teaching, basically 100 walk-ons?
Yeah, it's basically like 100 walk-on, or like literally like a program that you just like pay to work out and get
the
better.
program.
The program.
Exactly. So that was fun to do. Just interviews like that. Have a really interesting one coming up tomorrow at 7:30 as well. Attorney Bogdan Suzan. He works within the athletic department, been there in Columbia working as an attorney for 30 years. He's really been a voice for the athlete when it comes to NIL money for a long time. He'll explain to us how Missouri's opponent, their quarterback, Diego Pavia, is still playing college football, and why he'll probably get another year if he wants to play. And I'm sorry, I don't see Diego Pavia playing in the NFL. Maybe he will. Doug Flutie did. I don't know. We'll see. The age of the short athletic quarterback is certainly in the NFL. Will it work? I don't know. Or does he just want to stay in Nashville, seeing how this year goes for dating Tate McRae, country music star, which he was for a while, making what, $4 million a year.
That's why he be acting like that. Now it's making sense.
What do you mean?
Like, he'd be cocky. I like him though, but like, he'd be like that because he dated Tate McRae.
Yeah,
he's making like
at least $3 million.
Yeah, he's making bank.
He doesn't
pay.
He doesn't. If he goes out, he doesn't pay for a dinner or drink.
Yeah, doesn't have to pay for a drink. At least I hope he tips his bartender at least.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
No, I bet he does.
You know, okay, now I understand too. I'd be a little cocky too.
So there you go. So we'll have Bogdan Suzan on with us tomorrow at 7:30 as well. If anybody wants to jump in, we're wide open today as well. 6:08 on a Thursday morning, October 23rd. Appreciate you guys who do like and subscribe and share the show. These are the things that we try to do, bringing it to you. Grateful for all of the action that you guys want to talk about. We'll get into a lot of those things. Blues have a game tonight too. Man, they've lost 3 or 4 home games to start the year. I don't think anybody had that on the quote bingo card, but it's there. I just don't see that team coming out tonight and not just blowing things up. There's no way. No way that Jim Montgomery does not have that team going at it tonight. If not, they got some issues, or maybe they'll just be a team that goes, okay, we're not going to win at home. We'll just have to do all our winning on the road. Who knows? Every team has a weird identity or their own identity. Some can become weird and some aren't. But we'll do everything we can, bring you all the action from there. So that's going on tonight. No, I didn't see any NFL football game tonight.
Oh, there is a game. It's
Is it the Packers?
No, it's Minnesota and oh my gosh, who is it? I think it's Minnesota and the Chargers, but let me check. I'm pretty sure it's Minnesota and the Chargers though, because I just looked it up because I was like,
okay, I'm glad you did because
no, yeah, there's 2 games.
Wait, there's 2 on a Thursday?
Wait, no,
there's
just
no
one.
way.
I'm sorry. There's just one. The Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I'll have to pull that back up.
Yeah.
Chargers, are Chargers at the Vikings tonight?
No, it's at LA. It's in LA.
Okay. I just find it interesting that the NFL had 2 games Monday night. And then here we go again. We got another game on Sunday or Thursday night. So we got NFL action tonight as well that we can talk about. Yeah, your NBA last night. Wembayama, 40 points in a Spurs dominant win over the Mavericks.
Yeah, Wemby is generational.
Is he the best player in the NBA yet?
No, not yet.
How far does he have to be? How far away is he from that?
If he makes Western Conference Finals this year and it's not Jokic who wins the finals or Shea who wins the finals, we could have that conversation.
I mean, he's becoming
hasn't even made the playoffs yet.
He's becoming darn near unguardable, and of course, you get anywhere near the rim, good from an offensive standpoint. Good luck trying to get a shot up.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just so athletic, and like you said, generational.
Yeah, he's generational. He's literally like an alien playing basketball. He's 7'5". He can dribble.
He moves.
Yeah,
his dexterity.
And it's like I'm like knock on wood, but it's like I know he's not gonna get hurt because of the way he plays and how flexible he is. Like he's literally
that is the difference between this big guy and a lot of other big guys that we've seen. Good point.
He's literally like just a lankier built Kevin Durant. But he can't dribble like how KD did. But
speaking of the NBA, one of the local TV stations put it on their website a couple days ago. NBA players from St. Louis.
Yeah,
and there were 5 of them. Mm-hmm. I think there were 5 of them. Obviously,
Bradley Beal.
Well, you've got Beal, and then you've got Justin Tatum.
Yeah, you got Beal, Tatum, Yuri Collins.
Oh, Yuri Collins, and then you've got the tall big man or the
Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Kalkbrenner. I'm trying to remember who he is with right now.
Charlotte Hornets.
Okay, and then there's somebody who was with from the Illinois. Althoff grad, Goodwin.
Oh, Jordan Goodwin. Yes,
Goodwin.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I can count him as an NBA player I met now.
Heck yeah, there you go.
I played Althoff my junior year. It was the craziest sequence of the game.
Oh, they smoked you guys, didn't they?
No.
They just beat you.
No, we won.
What? You didn't beat Althoff.
Yeah, we beat them on their senior night too.
Oh.
What? Beat them on their senior night, went down to Althoff. Jordan Goodwin was in there.
You were in my former gym.
Yeah, they gave him like a whole like ceremony. We're on the sideline.
In his senior year?
Yeah, no, it was like Jordan Goodwin came back like to just like we didn't beat Jordan Goodwin, but we beat another Althoff team.
That's right.
Yeah, because I'm after him.
The Goodwin team was state championship.
Yeah, I didn't beat them. No, I didn't play them. But yeah, they gave him a little ceremony and stuff because he's finally back at his his hometown or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, we came in, whooped him on senior night. It was inspirational, you know. It was the craziest thing though. I like did a pump fake and the dude tried to glass my layup and like he hit his hand on the glass and like his whole hand was cut. It was insane.
Well, congrats to St. Mary's on that night of taking down my alma mater.
Yep.
Over in Belle Vegas. I love it.
We just beat Althoff again too in football.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. But
yeah, they're not the same since they lost Deere Hill, who's at Oregon. By the way, talking about St. Louisans doing well all over the place. Hill's playing. He's one of the running backs getting time for Oregon this year as a true freshman.
Yeah.
And Althoff had a D lineman. I can't think of his name right now. Last year, he went to Mizzou. He's not playing this year. I mean, he's a true freshman, but nice to see some of those things going on. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Going down memory lane for you. St. Mary's and Althoff, my friend. Yippee ki 614. Lots of stories today. Sports, news, you name it. We've got it going on. I also, and we'll get into them a little bit more later as we break it down and get more people into the show, is a really cool story because it's unprecedented. You've got people from the St. Louis area making headlines all over the country in news and in sports. And one of them, and we'll talk more about it later too, from that standpoint, as we just were, was something from a sports standpoint that was just phenomenal. And you're talking about Tony Vitello, who was the college baseball manager for Tennessee, won a national title a couple of years ago. He's now going to become the first ever, I repeat, the first ever college manager to go to the pros and be the main manager of a Major League Baseball team without any Major League Baseball experience. That's right. That's what has happened. It blows my mind that they did this. Now there's a lot, obviously, he had a super amount of success in college with Tennessee. And now, as a matter of fact, I have some pictures. I'll send you the pictures during the break, buddy, because I forgot to send them to you. But that is another huge, huge deal that he's undertaking. And it's like, okay, here come the San Francisco Giants with their new manager straight from college. And you can only imagine if there's there'll be jealousy within organizations. And you just talk, it's like, oh, he's never had to do this or he had to do that. But I certainly hope the best for him because it's such a huge, huge deal. Buster Posey, longtime Giant who makes these decisions now in upper management for the Giants.
He got up there quick, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He's a great baseball mind, and he's proven it. He said that there's a perfect alignment behind the historically passionate Tony Vitello hire. So he's putting his reputation on the line, bringing Tony Vitello. And the Giants aren't a bad team. They competed for a playoff spot this year up till the end. But Tony, we'll get into that too, because he's a St. Louisan. So love the St. Louisans making news all over the place.
You know what? I do have a question though, because you just said they're not a bad team. They almost made the playoffs and they were fighting for a spot. So did that mean is the Cardinals, were they a bad team this year?
Yeah, the Cardinals were a bad team. And here's why. It's all about expectations.
Exactly.
I say bad. But I'm a guy overall because of it. When I say team, it's everything involved.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still an Ali Marmol guy, and there's not a lot of people who are.
I don't think it was Ali.
No, I know, but I don't think they
hit.
didn't have the people in position to do the thing. And that's why I think it's going to take a while for the Cardinals to get back. They need players.
But the Giants are on a trajectory to where
I think they are. I think they're on a better trajectory right now than the Cardinals are. And people may disagree, but I don't know. We'll see where it all goes. But once again, there's just it's just fun to talk about these things and see what's happening. A lot of these stories, all these things going on. So we'll get into that. Other stories, things that are, let me see here real quick. Laptop's lagging today, boy. We got some slow internet speed around here. I wonder if we paid the bill. That happened to me before. It's like, whoa, what's up with the studio? Stories that are coming up today. The governor and the Governor Kehoe, Attorney General Bailey are pledging action after a Channel 4 investigation exposed a lot of vape sales to minors. So they say they're going to go after this big time. Now, there's no doubt in my mind, minors were getting vapes very, 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 very easy. I'm sorry. I just think that I'd see it. I haven't heard anybody telling me. I don't hang out in the younger crowds, but I felt as if I saw that. I'm not surprised to see this story. Not one bit, especially when it comes to, because so many people use vapes. And so we're going to get into that. In the story, they said a 17-year-old student from Arnold basically told Channel 4, buying vapes is easy at a shop right near a school. So, I mean, he was incognito. I mean, you don't see him, but he was talking about it. So we'll get into that story too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so too. And I don't even buy vapes. I don't vape,
But I could totally see how that would be easy for people to get through and do some from there. Did you see the guy yesterday that was rescued from the broadcast tower in Afton?
Yes, sir.
We'll bring that up later too. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was a mental illness thing. I don't know if it was a trick, a stunt, whatever the case. But something bad was going on over there. Got $2.5 million more storm aid from President Trump coming to St. Louis to help. You've also got, and I looked at it, I was like, I think I looked at all my lottery tickets, but there's a $1 million Powerball winner from the Edison Express store in Chesterfield. That's where I get my tickets. That's my store. And when I saw that, I was like, wait a second. From October 18th, did I purchase one that I didn't look at? It's unclaimed. So there's a $1 million Powerball ticket sitting out there that was purchased in Chesterfield at the Edison store. And trust me, when I saw that story today, right? I was like, okay, time to go check the trash, check my pockets, check the car. I'm like, is that around somewhere? Because I do purchase tickets, and that's the store I get them from. But then it's really like a good kick to the below the belt if it's not you and somebody else won, and that's the store that you purchase them from. You're like,
Ooh,
no.
no. See, that's why I couldn't do a lottery ticket. That's why I just do like Prize Picks or something. It's on me.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, no,
I'd be so hurt. I'm like,
it's like,
man.
there goes my chance. What are the chances we get another one at this store?
Yeah, like 30 years from now.
No, but I've always believed that I'm going to win. I do. I've always believed somehow, some way I'm going to win one of these.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what the saying is. I forgot the saying, but a lot of people quit before their next win. So
there you go. So you're saying there's a chance.
there's always a chance.
More of a sad story. 30 dogs, sad but bittersweet story. 30 dogs and a blind pony were rescued from a place in Fenton. We'll talk about that a little bit. Unfortunately, Boeing, man, they had more strike talks. Ended without a vote since August 4th. They went on strike, 3,200 workers. They've even had a federal mediator in there right now, and they can't figure it out. That's how bad that is. 3,200 people aren't working, and they still can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. So as you can see, there is a lot going on today, plus more from that standpoint. Plus previewing the Mizzou game a little bit. That's coming up in just 2 days. ESPN College Game Day coming to Mizzou. A lot of times when we open up this show, we open the first segment talking a lot about what we're doing in the show, what's happening, what's going on. Get you guys coming into the show. From that standpoint, so we're grateful that you're in. You can go to X, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm actually going there right now just to say hi, as I'm supposed to, at least in the morning. At least
already posted, but
to say hi,
right.
To make sure that the people that we got that at least follow me. Okay, great. Now I can't even hit the ding X. Got fat fingers on my darn phone. But anyway, whatever's happening with you guys in the St. Louis area, shout outs, whatever the case, charities, businesses, events that are coming up. Weather standpoint, going to be pretty nice again today. Low 60s, mid 60s, less windy day, a little shower expected Friday. But outside of that, you know, we're in this temperatures where temperatures aren't going to be really getting above the low to mid 60s anymore. So true fall has set in. There's no doubt about that. And it's really nice out there, especially when we get the sun. But when it was windy yesterday morning, I was a little chilly. I didn't have a jacket on. I didn't have my rye hoodie on. I was a little chilly, my friend.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, waking up now in the morning to come here, it's been getting a little way colder.
Oh, my friend, you only knew what's coming up because it is. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather deal with this weather than Iowa weather during this time. Oh, my goodness.
How many years were you in Iowa?
I was at Drake for 4 years.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I contemplated leaving school in 3 years, but I was like, I want to have a 4-year experience. So
and you finished everything in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You got
I could have finished in 3.
Of course you could. But that's why you're here. I was talking about the super 22-year-old. That
no, it was the only reason why though, because St. Mary's, I had like a lot of dual enrollment that I didn't even know about, and I transferred in like 9 credits. And then my mom, she's a nursing advisor at STLCC too. So I got like,
she's a therapist and a nursing advisor. She does everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I get it.
Yeah. So, I thought I was going to like have to do another semester because I didn't transfer those credits in. So then I was like, man, let me do like 2 more courses there. And then I transferred in like a whole semester, and I didn't even really need, like, senior year, my last semester, I took, I think, 2 classes a week. Yeah, I think I had like 2 classes a week or something.
So you really enjoyed your time then?
Yeah, my last semester was a blast.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, more power to you. You can do that. You do it. And I don't blame you. Not
Iowa
one bit.
Cold, Iowa cold is a different cold. It hurts.
Is it real? Was it because it's windy?
Yeah, it's the wind. And it's
because there's nothing blocking wind in the entire state.
There's no like skyscrapers for real. And I live in like I was in the capital of it. There was no skyscrapers. Like the tallest building was like nothing to me. It was just cold.
Okay.
It hurt. You could hear the wind.
Well, We don't have that quite in St. Louis
Yeah.
yet. We've had those days, but not this week.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully not next week. But there are a lot of those things from a weather standpoint that we have, so that's good. Yeah, there's a lot of boy. I still have more stories being thrown at me here this morning. A lot of good stuff coming up. A lot of things to talk about as we will. And once again, if there's anything else, please just jump in, let us know, and of course, we'll talk St. Louis stories with you. Anything and everything from that standpoint. Yeah, I can't get to the rest of this right now, just from the standpoint of got some shady internet today. You guys know what that's like. You ever jump in, you have a little shady internet, and you're like, wait a second. My internet was good yesterday. And then you get used to something, and then you don't have it, and you're like, oh man, what is going on? So anyway, 6:26 is the time here on this Thursday, October 23rd. I'm glad you guys are with us. By the way, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every day, Monday through Friday. They're on from 8 to 10 o'clock. And then I'm not quite sure what's on today from 10 to 11. I'm not expecting you to know either, my producer, Rag Guy. I don't know. Is it a show that you're producing today at 11 from 10 to 11 today?
Yeah, I'm doing the co-found hers with Lisa Lidvag and
That's all right. We got Lisa Lidbag on there.
Yeah.
And then from 11 to 1, Charlie Tunin, the posse, getting down and busy as they do every day as well, Monday through Friday. So you can join and check out luinfo.com for a list of all the programming that we have here as the station continues to move forward. And by the way, if you're not familiar with the sports standpoint, the all sports number, stlsportscentral.com, stlsportscentral.com. They recently hit 3 million, I think it was 3 million likes and views, and they're doing phenomenal work from a sports standpoint. And we love to promote our sister station, and of course, anything that you guys want to promote as well. Jump on the show. We try to promote people, anything else that we can right here on Arch City Now. All things St. Louis, all the time. You guys jump in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. We get you rocking and rolling every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Okay, if you want to give us a call and talk about any stories, you can. That phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Producer Rise alongside. I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. Those stories coming back. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about Tony Vitello, the DeSmet graduate, Mizzou graduate, and now manager of the San Francisco Giants. Huge deal from that standpoint. Also getting right into what's happening with vapes in the St. Louis area being sold to minors. What can the governor, the attorney general actually do about it from that standpoint? Blues tonight. Talk about that. Mizzou on Saturday. You got NFL football tonight as well. Lots going on. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more on Arch City Now. in here. Vic Faust, producer Rye alongside Arch City Now, LouInfo.com. You can check us out, everything that's going on with the show. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. About 6:35 on a Thursday morning, October 23rd. Next Friday is Halloween. Next Friday already. Do you have plans being a young man for Halloween yet? Do you even look at in advance?
Yeah, kind of plans. I know I may go to a little Halloween shindig, but I don't think I'm going out on Halloween. It gets wild.
There you go.
I feel like I need to take this Halloween off. My last Halloween was insane.
There you go. If you can't beat it, don't try. There you go. If you still have the good memories, fly with it, my friend. I love it. Love to hear all of that going on. Hey, one of the stories that's really phenomenal. I mean, it really is a phenomenal story. We'll see how this all ends, where it goes. But he's a St. Louis own. Tony Vitello, St. Louis native, went to DeSmet, went to Mizzou, really good friends with Max Scherzer, by the way, soon to be Hall of Fame baseball pitcher when he retires. He is now the new manager of the San Francisco Giants in the Major League Baseball League. Okay, lots of managers go to the league. The interesting thing here is Tony becomes the first manager to ever go straight from college to the majors as a manager with no professional experience. That is what is phenomenal in this story. And the Giants aren't some team that hasn't had success, as we show you Tony from DeSmet. They are a team that has a great history, World Series. Bruce Bochy, one of the best managers ever. And now Buster Posey, who is a great catcher himself, great player, who's in charge of making these decisions now, baseball operations, chose Vitello to come in and be their manager straight from, I mean, if this hits, you're like, Buster, you're a visionary. If it doesn't, you're like, uh-oh, you just tied your reputation, your career, somewhat your livelihood at the moment to a guy, a 47-year-old man who has zero Major League Baseball experience. But we love him because he's St. Louisan. He's from DeSmet, played his baseball at Mizzou, and then he took Tennessee to a national championship. He's an icon, by the way, in Knoxville. Hanging out with Peyton Manning and all kind. He is a star in the college game. So they said throughout our search, this is what Buster Posey had to say. Throughout our search, Tony's leadership, competitiveness, and commitment to developing players stood out. His ability to build strong, cohesive teams and his passion for the game align perfectly with the values of our organization. We look forward to the energy and direction he will bring, along with the memories to be made as we focus on the future of Giants baseball. So here's another thing. There's a huge emphasis on player development, and that's what they're looking at. Something the Cardinals are trying to figure out when it comes to, quote, player development. During Vitello's time at Tennessee, he saw 60 of his players get drafted. That is massive. So it's a risky hire. Could it turn into a home run, so to speak? Sure. But Buster Posey's excited. He is all in on this guy, as you have to be when you make a hire. And we love it because, like I said, or at least I love it. I'll speak for myself. I love it, and I think it's a really big story because of the fact that you're talking about a St. Louisan who is making history in a game where not a lot of history can be made when you think of baseball being our country's pastime. Just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal at what is happening. So Tony Vitello will take over, and that's certainly going to be a big story coming back as Major League Baseball gets into play. So will he have success? Will he not have success? I know one thing's for sure. He's got a lot of confidence. He's had a lot of success. And now he'll have a chance to prove it. And if Buster Posey loves him, why can't he have success? You know? Why can't he? I mean, the former DeSmet grad and Mizzou grad. And it's interesting, too, when you think about this, because there was a time where I was told Mizzou had a chance to hire him. Max Scherzer offered a whole lot of money if Mizzou hired Tony Vitelli at Mizzou. And Mizzou did not choose him as their manager. They chose somebody else. And he ended up going to Tennessee and bringing them a national title. I mean, that's when you're like, oh, I think we made a mistake. Do-over, please. But he also had a lot of financial commitment to him at Tennessee that I'm not sure he would have had at Mizzou. Who knows? But regardless, he is your new manager for the San Francisco 49ers. So, Tony, congrats. Good luck. We wish you the best. Just not when you're playing our Cardinals. How ironic is that? You grew up in St. Louis. You're a huge baseball fan. You're a Cardinals fan. You experienced some of the greatest highs as a Cardinals fan. And now you're a San Francisco 49er, or excuse me, San Francisco Giant manager. Wow. What a story. I mean, that's Hollywood-esque what they have going on there. 6:41 is the time. It's Thursday, October 23rd. Glad you guys are with us. Haven't talked about it yet. The Blues have a game tonight. I call it a big game early in the year. Other people would not. I call it a big, big game for them because they've lost 3 or 4 at home. You lose 3 or 4 at home, you got to win some games at home. You've got to give the fans something to feel good about, right? Plus, you don't want to get off to a bad start. You're 3-2-1 on the year. Okay, it's not horrible. The Mammoth come into tonight. Utah, 5-2. They're in the same division. They're 5-2. Now I know it's a long season. Not trying to freak out. But hey, you want your home ice to be something that's super, super important. And the Blues, by the way, had a long winning streak until they lost opening night. So it's tonight, 7 p.m. We can talk more about it later in the show if you guys want to jump in on that. As they host the Utah Mammoth. I don't know if anybody's going to the game tonight. Let us know what you think could be happening today. If there's any, or tonight, what you expect from the Blues. Jordan Bennington, younger players, goals from that standpoint. We're grateful. When you guys jump in the show, you can give us a call if you want to talk about these stories. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing our show with others as well, letting people know what we've got going on, things that we're pushing forward to as well. And, you know, we get it on. You can jump in. You can promote events that are coming up. You can promote charities, anything from that standpoint. We love to cover it. Okay, here's a story. So Missouri's Attorney General, Andrew Bailey, and the governor, Mike Keogh, are saying that they're working now very serious to enforce the sale of vapes to make sure that they are not getting into minors' hands. I don't know. Both, I know producer Ryan and I talking off air both feel the same. I think it's going to be very difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult.
I think it's going to be very, very difficult.
But it starts at the store level.
Yeah, it starts at the stores.
And Channel 4 did a investigation. One of the people they talked to, a 17-year-old student, Arnold, just said, yeah, buying vapes is easy. I just go down to the shop right near my school. I can get vapes. I just walk into the vape shop, pick up what I want. They sell it to me. No carding, no questions asked. Well, there's only so many vape shops there, I'm sure, in Arnold next to high schools. So I think that person just sold out the vape store. But excuse me, I said Attorney General Andrew Bailey. Forgive me. I meant Catherine Hanaway. It's early. She said she loved the story, and they're taking care of business right now to take care of this. So she said, quote, myself and the governor, they're both interested in people who are legally selling to underage kids and unregulated products that are being sold in convenience stores. For example, Delta 8, THCA. It's a real threat because they aren't tested. They aren't regulated. They aren't taxed. And they're getting sold to minors. So Governor Kehoe said that there's enforcement challenges as local police departments pass responsibility to the Division of Alcohol and Tobacco Control, which then passes it to the FDA. Now that's a cluster. So they've got to figure that out somehow. The governor says he supports Hanaway's efforts to increase inspections and hold shops accountable, but how exactly are they going to do that? You know, the governor says there's a lot of shops doing the right thing, so you can't forget about that. There are vape shops who follow the law, and there are people who want to vape, and those stores should not be punished, especially if they're doing things the right way. But he also says they need to make sure they find the bad shops that aren't adhering, to make sure that they know that they're not, that they will lose their license and their business will be up for grabs if it happens. I don't know. I mean, here are some of the things that they're talking about doing. Penalties for these shops, tobacco shops, vape shops selling to minors include fines of $25 for the first offense. Are you kidding me? $100 for a second offense, $250 for a third or subsequent offenses. And then the seller is personally subject to the fines. That seems pretty low to me, doesn't it? If they're so serious about stopping sales of vapes to minors. Now, retailers can face sales prohibition up to 48 hours. That's big for multiple violations within 2 years, as well as potential federal penalties. But how are they going to know? Are they going to have to do stings at shops?
Exactly.
I mean, how are you going to have time, resources?
Are you going to crack down?
Is it that big of a deal? Does it mean that much to you?
Are you going to crack down on the high schoolers buying the vape, or are you going to send more cops that's already depleted somewhere else? It's like, it's a really bad thing that's going on.
Owner of a vape shop that they did for the story on 4 said that he's communicated with his employee that all customers must show ID, and said his store is committed to following all federal guidelines. Of course, it's not going to say, yeah, we're going to try to sell to minors. Go put that on your story. I mean, of course they're going to say the right things. I see a lot of vapes.
Yeah.
And I saw vapes 6-7 years ago in middle schools all over the area. Kids with vapes. And a lot of younger kids like to smoke marijuana in their vapes. It's just part of it. So I know it can be dangerous. I know there's a lot of talk about it. What's right, what's wrong, so forth. Just makes you wonder what is actually going on. Can they really make a dent in this? I don't know. I mean, I guess the first thing is you have to say it's a problem and then go from there. And the expose investigation that Channel 4 did not exactly put vape shop owners in a good light. That's for sure. Even though I'm sure most vape shops are doing things the right way. 6:49 is the time. It is Thursday. It's October 23rd. We are Art City Now. We take you from 6 to 8 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, followed by Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen, the former Blue, and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. We appreciate you guys coming in and joining us every day for our show. Story I want to get about too, because we talk about these and love animals. 30 small terrier dogs and a blind pony were rescued a couple days ago from a property in Fenton. And we know a lot of people like to take care of animals, and sometimes they just can't. But St. Louis County Animal Control and control officers responded to a welfare check and found the dogs inside of a residence. The pony had been left outside. Animals all neglected, living in unsafe conditions. And we hear these stories frequently. We do. When they arrived, they said the animals were just surviving in an environment that no living being should ever endure. That's sad when you hear that. That's coming from the director of public health. Property owner surrendered the animals to the custody of animal control. Now they're in the process of transporting all those dogs to county shelter and figuring out how to safely transport the pony. And we already know that, the county is already maxed with dogs and need an adoption and so forth. So they're going to be up for adoption. They just have to take care of them first. They got to get them the proper veterinary care. So anyone obviously who's interested in adopting, fostering, which is another opportunity that you can do as well, or supporting these animals, can go to Animal Care and Control's website for St. Louis County. Once again, that's Animal Care and Control's website. That is there for you in St. Louis County to take care of that situation. Other news headlines: Boeing, those talks we talked about. Here's some of the specifics. After 2 days of negotiations with a federal mediator, Boeing presented a revised contract offer to the union, which represents the 3,200 striking St. Louis area workers. And unfortunately, talks ended without a vote. I mean, so this started August 4th. And it still goes on now, even after a federal mediator couldn't come in and help. So it's not good for anybody. And who knows how long it's going to last now. Obviously, these things can change on a dime. They really can. Right now, it doesn't look that good. But they can change on a dime. Continuing the segment of rolling through some of the news stories in this first hour. Emergency officials, rescuers, responders had to rescue a man who was literally hanging from a broadcast tower in Afton yesterday. It's right there on Higgy Road by Tower T Golf and Recreation. By the way, it's about 1,000 feet in the air.
I used to go to Tower T all the time.
Yeah, great place.
Yeah, I was thinking about going back, actually.
1,000 feet in the air. They went up in a basket and had to bring him down. He's fortunate he's alive. The Lee May Fire Protection District confirmed that the man who was on the tower, surprise, surprise, was trespassing. He shouldn't have been there. He climbed it. He went up. Why he climbed it? Who knows? Employees who were working at the tower claimed that the man approached them and said he was there to work. So they said they were a little bit confused. They took him to the foreman on the job. Foreman spoke with him, realized that he was not the guy that they were expecting, and he didn't have shoes on. They told him to get out of the site. You think? Probably the first sign was no shoes. Dude lingered around for a while. He returned to the tower a little bit later, then started to climb it. Workers who were there saw it. They called EMS. It's like, I don't know. So they tried to go up after him. They went up. They climbed one of the workers climbed about 300 feet. And they said the other guy had already gotten to about 500 feet. and he didn't stop climbing. So they eventually got EMS there, took a basket up, and, you know, to get him calm, get him down. Obviously, he had some issues going on, but you know, you can hurt other people too, trying to save you. So they took him to the hospital. He's in police custody. The only response that he gave was that he was climbing to see the lights, but responders had no idea what that meant. So that was the big deal that was happening over there in Afton near Tower T. And just like, okay, what's happening this morning now? What do we got going on here? Yeah, 6:55 is the time. Coming up in our next hour, we'll break down the situation. You got the NFL tonight, the Blues tonight. You've got the NFL action tonight, which is what I was talking about. Chargers. Who do the Chargers put in? The Vikings from LA. We'll talk more about some of these stories that we were just talking about. Some good news for the city of St. Louis when it comes to some money coming in for tornado relief. We'll tell you where there is a $1 million Powerball ticket that has not been claimed in our St. Louis area. That's of interest to a lot of people as well. We'll also get into stories that you guys want to talk about. Anything from that standpoint, you bring it up from a St. Louis standpoint. Plus, a Zillow report on what the home trends are as we close out the year 2020 or close out 2025 as we head into 2026. This is Art City Now, producer Rise alongside. I'm Vic Faust. If you want to give us a call and talk news, stories, whatever, you can do that. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. We'll come back with more right after this break.
This is Mizzou wide receiver
Into our show. It is Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust, producer Rye alongside. It is 7:05, Thursday, October 23rd. We are just racing right through this month. Heck, Halloween's next Friday. Any plans? What are you guys going as? Love you. Jump in, check in. Let us know what your kids are, what you guys are doing. If you are, what your plans. Also promote plans for the weekend. You can promote businesses, restaurants, your local establishments, whatever you want. That's what this show's about. All St. Louis all the time, with some other national stories that are talkabouts that we throw in. We cover it all. It's all thrown in there just to get you going in the mornings. Jump in, chime in. We love it when you guys participate. You can do that by calling at 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. You can also chime in, jump in on X, Facebook, and YouTube. We'll get your comments out there. We'll do whatever interviews that you guys want to hear about. And, of course, anything from that standpoint. We love it when you guys let us know because it's impossible for us to know every single thing that's going on. Last couple nights, by the way, we promoted Nikki Glazer, was out at the Funny Bone in St. Charles. This weekend, she's going to be at the Funny Bone. Or excuse me, she was at the Funny Bone. She's going to be at the Fabulous Fox. You can still try to get those tickets for tomorrow night and Saturday. She's had 4 shows, or will have 4 shows in 5 days. The super talented one, who also will be hosting Saturday Night Live on November 8th. I believe the musical guest is Somber that night as well. So she's actually in between. She is in between a cookie there of 2 former Top Gun stars, Miles Teller? And then who's the other super good looking dude? Can't think of the other guy right now. The blonde guy. He's the quarterback in the Hulu series right now. Chad Powers? Is that what? He's Chad Powers.
Oh my gosh.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powers. Yeah.
Glenn Powell. Is that his? Anyway, those 2 guys. So Nikki's got a lot going on. Busy week for her. And of course, then November 8th, she'll be hosting Saturday Night Live, St. Louis's own, if people watch that or want to check out Nikki from that standpoint. So good for her. That's for sure. It is 7:07. We appreciate you guys joining us today. Hey, by the way, before we get into some of their stories, this is one that I saw come out too. A lot of you Chief fans out there, you love yourself some Patrick Mahomes. All of a sudden, he looks like the best quarterback again in the NFL, or one of them, Travis Kelce. They have a new restaurant, steak place, so to speak, in Kansas City. And it's called 1587 Prime. They're the serial investors. And, you know, right out of the gate, apparently, it opened in September 17th. And it's already received 230 reviews on Google. It's a lot. Some high-profile diners have already been to the restaurant. One of my favorites, WNBA star and former Missouri star,
Sophie
Cunningham. She declined to comment. She didn't want to put that out there. And that's fine. She's well known. The restaurant allegedly so far has performed pretty well. So they've done well. Patrick and Travis's restaurant done pretty well. However, by the way, the 4.3 star rating on Google, it's pretty darn good, especially for an expensive restaurant. But there is one item that's not doing so well and it's getting quite the criticism. Twice baked potato. Who doesn't? I mean, I like a twice baked potato. I'm sure it's amazing. I'm sure it's amazing at 1587 Prime. It's $24.
Hey, I don't know about that, Travis.
I mean, $24 for a twice baked potato. So they have some menu items, and you know it's going to be expensive, and you're paying for premium. So remember that. It's not like you're going to a fast food place. And I know it's probably priced out for a lot of people, but there are people who want to spend their money, and they can spend it however they want on a $16 mashed potato. $345 for a 40-ounce Wagyu tomahawk. That's what those tomahawks can cost, the Wagyu beef. Diners, by the way, at their restaurant must also wear business casual or dressy evening wear. But Chiefs jerseys are permitted on game days. I like that. That's a really cool touch. You got a fancy restaurant where you have to have or business cash or dressy evening wear. But you can wear a Chiefs jersey into their restaurant that way. And it's a tough reservation to get right now. Due to the demand, securing a reservation is extremely difficult, according to the report. But some have been fortunate enough to get a seat, as reflected by the Google reviews. So diners have also enjoyed a highly positive experience so far. Somebody said, we showed up 15 minutes early to our scheduled time and were seated immediately. That's cool. Our food came out quickly. Loved the live entertainment. Somebody else said of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce's new restaurant that they're involved with in Kansas City. My wife and I were lucky enough to get a reservation. One of the nicest restaurants I've ever been to. Decor was beautiful. Staff was great. Food amazing. So there you go. Taylor Swift, by the way, she doesn't have a problem getting a table. She was there on Sunday. Chiefs had a game. They dominated the Raiders. Somebody snapped a pic of her. You're in a restaurant, and here comes Taylor into 1587 prime. However, here's the criticism on the twice baked potato. We ordered the twice baked potato, the $24 twice baked potato. And they said, since things in a box, it says, since things in a box on the menu are a signature item, and this was in the box, I was excited, meaning it was in a special box written on a menu. But it didn't come out. Food 7 out of 10, being gracious. Oh, so there you go. I mean, you're not going to please everybody when it comes to music and food. That's one thing.
Facts. So
music and food all over the place. All over the place.
Yeah, basically,
I won't get into all the reviews, but overall, they're doing pretty darn well. So there you go. Congrats to Travis and Patrick getting some good things going when it comes to their restaurant. 7:13 on this Thursday morning, October 23rd. So glad you guys have joined us this morning. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing the show, letting people know exactly what we do here. We take you to 8 o'clock every day. That's when Hot Take Central 2.0 takes over from our standpoint as well. Like to get into some of these interesting stories, things around the area. A lot of Chief fans in our area as well. How about this? Do you believe this? Are you seeing this? I know there's a lot of realtors in the area. I talked to this, what you see, what you get. How about this? My girlfriend's a realtor. I haven't talked to her about this yet because I just saw this story this morning. So, what does Megan have to say about this? Zillow's 2026 home trends. The predictions center on creating homes that feel safe, resilient, cozy, and sustainable. It's exactly the opposite of the chaos that's dominated so much of the news cycle and the outside world as of late. So there you go. How about this, everybody? Color-drenched walls. I don't know what whimsical touches are. Whimsical touches and spaces designed for actual human comfort are replacing the all-white, Instagram-ready aesthetic that made homes look beautiful but feel uninviting. The trends reflect what people actually want from their homes. Places that support well-being, provide refuge from external stress, and accommodate real life rather than performing for social media. Okay. If you say so. I don't know. How about a reading nook? Allegedly, there are huge trends in the coming year with dedicated cozy corners, oversized chairs, good lighting, storage for books and decor. And allegedly, this trend goes beyond yoga mats, gathering dust in closets to include infrared saunas and red light therapy devices and massage chairs. All right, I'm in. Sounds good. All the way around. We'll take it. So I don't know what you guys think. If you chime in, if you're looking for a home, if you're selling a home, is that what you would be looking for right now? I don't know. I don't know about that. The reading nooks. Interesting. Reading nooks. Okay. 7:15 on this Thursday morning. That coming in from Zillow and what they've got on the home buying trends. By the way, the inventory, I'm told, is still lower for the St. Louis area, but people are buying houses. And in the past, buying houses in the St. Louis area, it was the summer trend. Now it gets to the fall and winter. You're still selling homes, which is a really big thing. A couple other news headlines I didn't get a chance to get to. In the last segment at the end of the last hour, President Trump did announce that he's given the state of Missouri another $2.5 million for some individual assistance following the events that happened with the May 16th tornado, approving $2.5 million in individual assistance should help out with some of the people. I mean, it's just a total that continues to go on and on and on. Obviously, we already know one of the most notable disasters that the city of St. Louis has ever seen. Tornado resulted in 5 deaths, as well as an estimated at least $1.6 billion in damages. And trust me when I tell you, there are places that still have not been cleaned up. And we're going into the end of October, heading into November. The governor thanked the president for some additional funds that are going to be coming to St. Louis. So, that's some good news. It's never enough, but you have to get something when it comes to all of that when we look forward. Okay. I want to make sure we had that. Also, when it comes to what's happening with the tornadoes, then the city of St. Louis also approved about $2.8 million to help the Tornado Victims Relief Fund. And this is going from everything from blank ups to that debris cleanup, which I was just talking about. And there's no reason for our city to be destroyed. Parts of, the Delmar Loop, over there to Bolivar, to Guyverville, McPherson, a lot of those roads over there just not in great shape. Waterman, that area still cleaning up, homes still being trying to take care of. So there's cleanup that needs to be done. So I'm glad to see that this money is also going there. Alderman Shameen Clark Hubbard also talked about how important it is and how families, you wouldn't think so, but they need any and every help that they can possibly get because it's just a monumental task of cleaning up that entire area. Okay, not quite sure when we talk about news headlines and St. Louis area stuff. How would you feel about this? I saw this morning, and of course, my heart started pumping. There's an unclaimed $1 million Powerball ticket that was purchased in Chesterfield last week at the Edison shop on Long Road. The winning ticket was sold at the Edison Express convenience store, and it's from the October 18th Powerball drawing. I don't have to give you the numbers. You can go, it's a $1 million ticket. To win $1 million, as you probably know, you must match all 5 white ball numbers. So winners, if you do have this ticket, if you purchased one in Chesterfield, if you were there, you're advised to sign the back of the ticket immediately once you realize that you have a winning ticket. For some, people have to look over it like 5, 6, 7, 8 times just to make sure. You've heard people talk about that when it comes to the lottery. And then you're told just secure it in a safe spot, such as a safe deposit box, just to make sure. Because that's something you don't want to mess around with. Unclaimed prizes, by the way, after 100 days, are directed to benefit Missouri Public Education. That's according to the Missouri Lottery. So if you don't collect a win, that money goes right back into the Missouri Public Education at some point in time. And, you can go to Fox 2 under the story. They actually have a list of unclaimed prizes as well, if people want to check it out. But if you were at the Edison, where I purchased my lottery tickets, that's the gas station ride that I go to all the time. I read that story and I'm like, I buy Powerball tickets, but I don't know if I have any lottery tickets around. Did I leave something in my jeans? Did I wash something? Did I throw something away? Is it under my seat? Is there a ticket that I have? Because imagine that. You're like, oh, the store that you go to and buy tickets. Oh, there's a missing Powerball ticket. Oh, it's for $1 million. Oh, could that possibly be me? Yeah, could it be me? Anyway, these stories happen occasionally. It's only been, 5 days since that drawing happened. So somebody may know that they have the ticket and they just haven't come forward yet. That's certainly a possibility. 7:21, right? Or excuse me. Yeah, 7:21 on this Thursday morning. Sun coming up in the St. Louis area right now. Highs in the 60s today. Low to mid 60s. Should be a nice day. Might have a pop-up shower tomorrow, but we're looking at an extended period of time of highs in the 60s, even high 50s at one point next week. So fall has set in, that's for sure, as we go in to the final week of October, as we look at everything that is from a weather standpoint. It's supposed to be this weather. We've had a nice extended stretch of beautiful weather. It's always nice when the sun's there. And by the way, it's next weekend. We'll have daylight saving time. Next Saturday, I believe it's, wait a minute. Yeah, that would be Saturday into Sunday, I think. Saturday into Sunday is when we turn those clocks back, because we're still doing that throughout the St. Louis area. Okay. Another fun thing to do, since we are a beer city, that's for sure. Don't know if I agree with this. You may or may not. The 10 worst beers on a market, according to, quote, true beer aficionados. You're not a beer guy, right? I'm not a beer guy. But in 2025, the global beer market valued about $883 billion. It went up a little bit from the previous year in 2024, believe it or not. However, the beer market has cooled as Generation Z are not beer drinkers, unless people are drinking beer. And then craft beer production dropped by 4% from 2024 to 2025. A lot of breweries closing. So, there are people who still drink a lot of beer. And then when it comes to that, what are the true beers that people really like? So Stacker compiled a list of the worst rated beers in the world, using ratings from Beer Advocate. And that was as of May of 2024. So it was created choosing with the worst rank among beers with more than 100 ratings. So there you go. What's on the list in the world? Are you kidding me? Milwaukee's Best, number 10, The Beast. The average rating was 1.89. When it comes to The Beast, it said, it smells good, tastes good, is good. Okay. They said it's drinkable at best. Abysmal swill. Okay, you got it. So The Beast coming in at 10. Number 9 on the list, Bud Light. They had Bud Light at number 9. Number 8, Milwaukee's Best Light, The Beast Light. These are the top 10 worst beers in the world, according to Stacker. Miller 64. Didn't know that was still around. 64 calorie light beer. Okay. Number 6, Natural Ice. Number 5, Beer 30 Light. Have you ever even heard of that? Never even heard of Beer 30. That sounds terrible. Number 4, Keystone Light. Okay. Number 3, Sharps. 2, Natty Light. I always remember that. I think I was growing up. I thought they said that was the beer with the taste for food. They tried to promote it to drink it with your food. And then the worst beer listed on this list of the worst beers in the world, the top 10, number 1, Bud Select 55.
Never heard of that. Damn, my life.
I have, but
Only like 3-4.
But we're not
beers.
beer. Listen, but we're not beer drinkers either. So, I mean, to each their own. From that standpoint, just having some fun. That's for sure. We're 7:25 here, October 23rd. Lots of stories today, lots of information that we've been bringing you. Appreciate you guys jumping in on X, on Facebook, on YouTube. Grateful that you guys are here with us today, as we're here every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. You can still jump into the show if you want to. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Jump in on the station. Let us know what you want to talk about. If there's anything to promote, we can do that as well. Lots of news, lots of sports going on today. When we come back, we'll get into the St. Louisan, who made a baseball first. And we all know how difficult it is to make history in the majors in 2025. A St. Louisan has done that already. We'll tell you about Tony Vitello's incredible story. We'll promote the Blues tonight as they are back home for another game before they hit the road desperately. I say desperately. They desperately need to win. They do. You don't want to lose again. You've lost 3 or 4 games at home. Can't do that to yourselves. Can't do that to the fans. Also, you've got some Thursday night football. We've got a Mizzou preview coming up for Saturday. Plus, we can touch upon the vape situation. The state says they're going to crack down on shops that are selling vapes to kids, minors. Lots to get to. We'll do that. We are Arch City now. Producer Rise alongside. I'm Vic Faust. Once again, we are your Lou information station. We are live and on demand at luinfo.com. Don't go anywhere. Bring somebody else to the show. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know,
It's really getting out of hand, man. It's going way out of control.
With Cam Jansen
I'm going to lead you down the path.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. It is 7:32 on a Thursday morning, October 23rd. Art City Now, producer Ryan alongside. I'm Vic Faust. Thanks, guys. We take you to about 7:57 today before Hot Take Central 2.0 jumps in with Cam Jansen, the former Blue, and of course Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. I got a lot to talk about today. We'll touch on a little bit, but they'll really hit those stories with Tony Vitello, the new manager from the Giants, St. Louis's own, DeSmet's own, Mizzou's own. We'll hit that in a second too. Plus the Blues. It's early. I know it's the first couple weeks of the season, but I'm calling tonight a must win. You got to win. Can't lose for your first 5 games at home. You just can't. You can't do it. You've lost 3 out of 4 at home. Let's get back on the winning track. No doubt about it. Okay. Some positive news also from downtown before we get into the Tony Vitello story, the Blues, preview from Mizzou from that standpoint. Hit a lot of stories today. There's a lot going on, but anytime that we can promote St. Louis in a positive way, we're certainly going to do that. And the Mansion House Apartments in downtown St. Louis, if you hadn't seen this story yet, they right now are scheduled for a $195 million makeover. So this property overlooks the Gateway Arch, and it's also listed on the National Register of Historic Places. So they consist of more than 100 units, and it was built back in the 60s. And maintaining the property's mid-century charm is a priority, they say. So this is a really cool deal. It's a positive thing, trying to build downtown, make something better, create something. So they say they're going to redevelop the building with modern finishes, rooftop pool, deck, highlighting the city's sweeping skyline views. It sounds pretty damn good, and it's in a great spot. All the postcards of the Arch have this building in it. It literally sits in the background there. So, they're excited about it. Steve Smith is the co-founder and CEO of Newfound, a St. Louis real estate developer. They say that it's going to be one of the largest residential investments in downtown St. Louis in decades. It's expected to be complete by 2027. So there you go. It's something good happening downtown. I have some friends who have properties on the Landing, and they're sold out. Their properties are sold out down on the Landing. Cardinals live, multiple Cardinals, several Cardinals. At one point, I think 8 to 10 were living in one of those properties downtown on the Landing. So there are people who want to live in downtown St. Louis for whatever reason. There are. Can it be done? Yeah. Can we redevelop? Yeah, it takes a lot of vision. It takes a lot of money. And of course, it takes safety, security, and perception of safety and security downtown as well. But I love it when we get an opportunity to talk about these stories that are super positive and can help. Rye, you live in downtown St. Louis. I don't mind, you don't mind me giving out your personal business.
Yes, I do.
You've said it before. You live on Washington.
Yep. Yeah.
How long have you been downtown?
Right after I graduated high school.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it better than living on the south side.
Okay.
So, yeah.
There, and you've lived on the south side.
Yeah.
And you're there too. Do you feel safe when you're around? Are you looking around? I mean, it's fine. Do we're all raised differently, and we've all had different experiences. Do you have your head on a swivel all the time?
No, not all the time. Only like late at night if I'm coming in at like 12 at night.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it's during the day, no. I just think they need to pick up the trash and stuff around it and like
Okay.
put businesses around it. I'm not walking around fearing for my life in the middle of the day, no.
Okay. I'm down in the city a lot. I don't either.
Like
With my other business, I'm around, drive down. We're looking at certain things. I don't. Maybe at midnight I would.
yeah,
as you should anywhere.
Like, yeah.
In any city that's mid to big city size.
Yeah.
So when we have these opportunities to talk about positive stories, that's what we try to do. So we'll see where it goes. All of that.
I think a lot of the people who are more nervous about going downtown don't really live like in the heart of downtown.
I agree.
It's more like they see it on the news and see like the outskirts of downtown, like 3 minutes away, and they think, yeah, that's how the whole downtown is. No, it's just a regular downtown that just needs some actual businesses,
This is Art City Now. That's producer Ryan, Vic Faust. Earlier we were talking about the St. Louis area NBA players. There's lots of NFL players too, but what was Tatum and Beal?
Tatum, Beal, Yuri Collins, Jordan Goodwin, and Ryan Kalkbrenner. Yeah,
Kalkbrenner.
he's new. So yeah.
And do you know who Kalkbrenner plays with?
Kalkbrenner's with the Hornets.
That's right, Charlotte.
Yuri's with the Nets. I don't know
Goodwin.
He was with the Lakers last year.
Yeah, he's not with the Lakers anymore. He's
Yeah.
with somebody else.
Because he did. Did you see his low light?
ALTHOFF, baby, Altoff Catholic, Bell Vegas.
Did you see his blunder with LeBron last year? Oh, it was terrible. But he was playing so good with the Lakers last year, though.
But he's in the league. So it's one of those things we like to promote when we can. And I saw that the other day. It's like, hey, we got 5 St. Louisans playing in the NBA right now. And, actually playing, not just on a roster or in a developmental league, things of that nature. So congrats to them, which leads us into this story. It became big. I'm sure I'd love to hear what Jim Hayes will talk about this today. The Giants have hired former DeSmet alum and Mizzou alum Tony Vitello as their manager. It's the first time in history. I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty damn impossible to create a first in baseball with it being our nation's pastime and everything that has happened. But the first time a college manager has gone on to be a pro manager without any professional experience. Well, if Buster Posey says you can do it, who's making the decisions there with the Giants, what a great player he was, really good baseball mind, then we'll see. But Tony Vitello making history doing this. Love showing the pictures of him at DeSmet. Credit DeSmet High School for posting this picture of Tony yesterday, back in the day when he was at DeSmet. Then Tony, also as a Mizzou guy. And are we showing those pics by chance, Rye? Yes. We'll show those pics with Tony. And then, of course, at Tennessee. So it is very, very interesting. They made this move yesterday. I mean, obviously, the president of baseball operations, Buster Posey, certainly putting all the attention, the bullseye square on his back with everything that he has done with this. So Vitello's 47 years old. His entire career has been at the college level, which has been a superb one, a fantastic one. But will he be able to make the jump? Buster says, quote, Tony is one of the brightest, most innovative, and most respected coaches in college baseball. Throughout our search, Tony's leadership, competitiveness, and commitment to developing players stood out. Developing players. Sounds like a familiar trend in the St. Louis baseball organization. They said that Vitello's passion for baseball aligns with the club's values. So Vitello did say this: I'm incredibly honored and grateful for the opportunity. I'm excited to lead this group of players and represent San Francisco. I can't wait to get started and work to establish a culture that makes Giants faithful proud. I can't stand the Giants, but I'm happy for him. I'll be rooting for him as long as they're not playing the Cardinals. He had a lot of success. He literally led them to their first NCAA championship last year, 6 regional appearances, 5 NCAA super regional berths, 3 College World Series trips. I mean, he reestablished baseball at Tennessee, but that's not why they're bringing him. That's not why Buster's bringing him to San Francisco. Here's why. He had 10 players selected in the first round. 52 Tennessee Vols overall Major League Baseball's amateur draft, including Giants outfielder Drew Gilbert. Those are some big numbers. It's all about development, building from within, bringing those players forward. That's why. So Posey trying to do something. I mean, we've seen it. The NFL, it hasn't worked. We've seen coaches like Jimmy Johnson, Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, these guys that went from college football to pro, did not work. Complete bust. Forget about it. Then we saw the opposite. Bill Belichick go to college, and that's been a disaster. So all indications point to do what you do and do it well, and don't mix the games. And that's what you see happening so far. So Tony is going to try to change it. I don't know, man. When you've got, as long as you have a baseball operations director who's behind you, and if you get the players, you get the ingredients, we'll see. But I mean, San Francisco had one of the best managers of all time, Bruce Bochy there. They set a standard. They had a lot of winning there He's done a lot. He did a lot of winning. Big shoes to fill there. Bob Melvin was, he was decent over the last couple of years, but not really. They haven't reached the postseason in 4 years? So, they haven't reached a postseason in a little bit of time. So I don't know. Tony's going to do his best to go in there and get done what he can get done. So just very, very cool story. At least now we'll see what happens once he takes over in San Francisco. But wish him the best. Another St. Louisan making national news, going to the Major League Baseball. So, and then we'll keep you posted on Pujols. Be curious to see if Pujols ends up with somebody as a manager. Obviously, the Angels thing went away. But if you're going to coach baseball in Southern California, it's not the Dodgers. It's the Padres with that lineup. I could totally see Pujols going to the Padres. Really could. Really could see him going to the Padres. So we could see another person with St. Louis ties being another manager in the majors that we could keep track of. And then I'm sure Ali will be a lightning rod for everything positive and negative when it comes to the St. Louis Cardinal baseball side. Guys, this is Art City now at 7:44. Glad you guys are with us today. Producer Rise alongside. I'm Vic Faust. It is Thursday, October 23rd. Weather should be pretty good throughout the St. Louis area today. Low to mid 60s, sunshine. Looks like that for tomorrow. Might have a little pop-up shower tomorrow. The weekend and the week looks fairly cool. Highs in the low 60s, maybe a day upper 50s. But that's what it is when you get to the end of October. Just grateful that you guys are with us today. When we talk about what's happening from a St. Louis standpoint, Blues in action tonight. They will be taking on or hosting the Utah Mammoth. And I know it's early in the season, and I know I shouldn't be saying it's a must win, but isn't it? Isn't it? When you look at what the Blues have done so far and their record at home, Utah's 5-2. They're off to a good start. The Blues are 3-2-1. Not such a great start. Thankfully, they got 2 road wins to start the year. But outside of that, not so great. Not so great. 1-2-1 at home. Yeah, they got a point in the loss, but they've lost 3 games. 3 games at home. And that's not what we're looking to do. You're 1-3 at home to start the year. 1-3. And by the way, when you look at your division already, Colorado has 12 points. They're 5-0. Winnipeg 5-1. Utah 5-2. And that's just in your division. The Blackhawks 3-2. And then the Blues 3-2-1. So thankfully, Minnesota has not started off well. And thankfully, Dallas, who your only win against they're just 3-3. So that's why I say, let's get it back to action tonight. Blues need to get going. Obviously, the defense looked a whole lot better last game. The offense was the issue. Fans deserve it because, it's just you want to give them a good time. That Saturday night game was great with Dallas. But the Blues also hit the road again. And we'll see what happens tonight. You want to do that, get out on the road. They got the Mammoth tonight. Obviously talked about where they just were and what's happening with the schedule. But after tonight, they got, let's see here, where'd they go? Okay. So here's what happens. You got Utah tonight. Then Saturday, they're at Detroit. And then Monday, they're at Pittsburgh before they come back home on they'll be back on October 28th, next Tuesday. And then they'll be home next Thursday for 2 more home games against Detroit and Vancouver again. So got some opportunities to get some wins, get some points, play some good competition at the same point in time. And that's why we're hoping that we get the best out of the Blues when it comes tonight. We're here Monday through Friday. This is Art City Now. Thanks for jumping in on the show, everybody. Whenever you guys have stories, ideas, things that you want to promote, let us know. We get that in there for you. Love talking St. Louis. Love talking these stories, promoting St. Louis any way that we possibly can. Producer Rise alongside. We try to get to your comments as we can as well. Appreciate it when you guys also let us know about story ideas, interviews. We listen, we take it serious, and of course, we just want to talk about what we can. A lot of stories going on. Haven't talked, you got an NFL game tonight as well. A lot of fantasy football players throughout our area. Also, some fans of the Chargers, and you've also got fans of the Vikings. It's a really big game tonight in San Diego. When you look at the NFL and you look at the standings and the things that are happening right now, it's an early standpoint, but look at the standings. Look what the Chargers are right now, because we talk about them tonight. San Diego right now in their division, when you see what they've got going on, are they going to be a team that's going to win their, I say San Diego, LA Chargers, excuse me. They're 4-3. They're one game behind the Broncos. They're tied with the Chiefs, but technically ahead of the Chiefs because they beat them in a head-to-head matchup. So the Chiefs just now look like they're a thriving team because they got their team healthy. They got their full complement of offensive players. They look primed for a run. The Broncos picked up a very fortunate win against the Giants last Sunday. Now you got the Chargers tonight in a very pivotal game, and they're taking on Minnesota. Minnesota's been a very difficult team to figure out because they've had to deal with injuries and their quarterback and who are they and how good are they really going to be. So now Minnesota's a 3-3 football team. So it should be a good matchup. That's coming up tonight. You can watch that as well. Plus you got the Blues. All right. If you haven't looked yet, College Game Day coming to Nashville on Saturday, 2:30 game, Mizzou and Vandy. And the talk about Eli Drinkwitz and a Florida job, very interesting. Eli spoke about this yesterday on the SEC Nation show. He's saying the reports about him to Florida are ridiculous and that social media lies. But a lot of Mizzou fans that I saw and read comments of thought that he could have been a lot more definitive about not going to Florida. Some thought that, yeah, he already said he's not interested. Has he kept it open? Is an agent giving him advice to try to get a new contract? Could we see a new contract for Eli Drinkwitz? He's already one of the top paid coaches in the country. I think we talked about it before, maybe top 12. I can't remember where it is. Makes over $9 million a year, maybe 11th. Should he get a new contract? Is Florida really interested in him? Because I'm telling you, I know how this agent game works. From being in sports and being a sports anchor before, the agents create drama. They do. They're part of the problem. It's not just, quote, social media reporters and podcasters and all this. No, the agents stoke it. They create it because they're trying to get the top dollar for their clients. And of course, they get paid more the more that they get their clients. But it is a story, and it has become a story with Eli and Mizzou as they head into this game with Nashville. He looked pretty upset on yesterday. He did, when he was on the SEC network talking about this. Is it going to be an issue? Will it be a storyline as Missouri heads into the game? I don't know. But Eli certainly was not happy about being asked about it. Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss, Eli Drinkwitz, a couple other names, still out there allegedly as leading candidates for Florida. Now, Eli says there is no list. He says that's false. But what do you think? I had two different people ask me yesterday, is Eli going to Florida? I'm like, no. And they're like, are you sure? No. Is that just the black and gold in you? I'm like, no. I don't think there's any way in heck he wants to leave, and I don't think Mizzou would let him leave. If that means paying him more, they'll find a way to do it. They'll get it done. But still, as good of a coach as Eli has been, he's still got that knack on him of not being able to beat top 10 teams. And he hasn't beaten a top 10 team on the road. Last time that happened for Missouri, 2013 at Georgia, it was a wonderful day between the hedges when they went down and kicked butt. Nobody expected it that day. And now they've got an opportunity to do it in Nashville against Vanderbilt on Saturday. Looking forward to that. That's for sure. ESPN College Game Day there. I loved how Eli is using it also as a chance where he's like, they don't want to talk to us. They're there for Vanderbilt. They're there for Diego Pavia. And I'm like, okay, I can already see what he's doing. Get that chip on the shoulder and so forth. But it'll be fun. Mizzou fans enjoying it. What a great opportunity for the team to get something done. We'll see what happens. 7:53 is the time on this Thursday, October 23rd. Arch City now, if you want to give us a call before we get out of the show today, you have a couple minutes. That is 855-282-8255. By the way, we are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand all the time at louinfo.com. You can check us out there. Enjoy all of our programming. Learn about the shows that are coming up. Of course, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every day. The former Blue Cam Jansen, Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Their show is awesome. It's entertaining. Great guests, great content as always. Also, from 11 to 1 today and every day, Monday through Friday, Charlie Tune in the Posse. Another fantastic show with great interviews. Check it out. And of course, go to louinfo.com to check out all of the content that we have there for you. Wanted to promote an interview and do this because yesterday we got a lot of hype because we had the Maryville University e-sports director on and one of their players. They're into it. They're all over us on X yesterday, by the way. Loving it. The best esports team in America. The amount of money, it blew me away that they have coming in and out. Heck, weren't they building you a computer now or something? You negotiated a new computer?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to hit
you
them up.
You need to hit them up. I think I heard them say they were going to help you out.
Yeah, they said they can give me the parts and everything. If it's going to be cheaper than buying
I promise you it will be.
Yeah, if it's going to be cheaper than that, I may do it. You know,
they probably have the best parts and just hanging out in a room.
Yeah, that would save me a lot of money because I'm thinking about spending
NIL deals.
Oh, yeah, NIL deals. DraftKings
VCs, betting, all that. Man, I'm telling you, if you haven't checked out the eSport, I am going to check that out. And I'm betting on the dude that was in here yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go bet the house, bet the mortgage.
I may go check on the roster or something. I may go look at the stats a little bit.
Adam Eccles. I think that was Adam. Wasn't it Adam?
Yes, it was
Adam Eccles. That's what I thought. All the way from England.
Yes.
So anyway, tomorrow, check us out about 7:30. We've got Columbia, Missouri attorney Bogdan Suzan on. He's going to explain more about that Diego Pavia situation and why he'll probably get another year if he wants it. Talk about the Missouri collective, how players are now benefiting in a big way from that standpoint, kind of previewing the Missouri Vanderbilt game from Saturday, which will be a huge game. Obviously, ESPN College Game Day going to be there for that. So yeah, don't miss that interview. If you guys have other interviews and things that you're promoting that you want to be known about, just let us know. And of course, we'll get those interviews on here as we do. You can always catch us, live stream us on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Once again, that's X, Facebook, and YouTube. Send shout outs to whomever you want, whatever you want to do. I also think I missed tonight, and I didn't even see it, buddy. Believe it or not, this stuff happens. There's so much going on. High school football. This whole Thursday night deal is crazy because I continue to forget about it because we love to promote it and everything that's happening. So anyway, good luck to the teams that are playing tonight because last week of the season for high school football is already here. Isn't that crazy? It's already freaking here. So you've got those games that are coming up tonight. If you guys want to throw a shout out, you can, but we're just about out of time. And we appreciate you guys being in again today. Have an awesome day. Weather's going to be good. Stay positive. Push forward, whatever's happening. Give us the stories, the ideas that you guys want to talk about. Once again, busy night of sports all the way around. Go Blues. Get a victory at home. I could care less about the Chargers and Vikings. You guys may. And congratulations to Tony Vitale taking over that managerial job in San Francisco. The former DeSmet star and Missouri star. Would have been nice to have had him a Mizzou manager. Yes, I'm telling you, my inside word was he wanted to be the Mizzou baseball manager at one point in time, and it didn't happen. Tennessee ended up winning a national title. Anyway, I digress. Glad you guys are with us. For producer Ryan, I'm Vic Faust. Have an awesome day. We'll catch you later for Arch City Mile tomorrow at 6 a.m.